Maddie Fields.
Claire Trot.
I suppose you're here because you read in the Pueblo Chieftain or the Pueblo Police Report about the raid last week. Well, it's true. All of it. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I got fined $10 for working. Just trying to make a living, that's all.
We all got fined. Just because we work at the Bucket of Blood, the saloon over on Santa Fe and Union. We didn't touch the Belly Union or the Central, the two other big houses in the Red Light District.
Cops got it in for us because we're the biggest. Why, you should see us on a Saturday night. I'll tell you, it's a party. All those boys from the Pueblo Steel Mill flocking in with their paychecks, ready
And willing.
to spend every last dime on a good time, if you know what I mean.
And we do.
Why, 16 of us was arrested or fined in that raid last week. Bella, our friend, she got fined $20 because she was also running a gambling table.
City earned about $240 from our fines.
They'd just lock us up if they didn't rely on us to pay their officers' wages.
That's right. What do they expect us to do? We gotta earn a living.
And it's not like there's many jobs for women.
Well, we could be laundress down by the river. Or worse, spend all day pulling the veins out of tobacco leaves down at Cigar Row.
And it's better than being a teacher, being a slave to all those school rules, those screaming children, having to be in bed every night by 7 p.m., and the worst, no male companions? No.
But it is hard work, you have to admit, Maddie. There's a lot of violence down here, and even good men can get mighty mean when they're drunk, I'll tell you that.
That's for certain. And you know, it's not just the men, Clara. While women we live with, share quarters with, they get so mad if they think you're running in on their territory, and they come out fighting.
In this business, you gotta have eyes on the back of your head. You just don't know who you can trust.
Why, just last week, that pretty little thing, oh, what's her name again, Clara?
Jewel. Her name was Jewel. I declare, Maddie, your memory's getting as bad as your figure lately.
Haven't had any complaints yet.
Well, not in front of you, at least.
Yes, Jewel, that's it. Why, she was knocked to death by one of those jealous girls down at the club. She didn't even have a proper funeral. Weren't no relatives to come forward and make the arrangements. It was awful sad, it was.
Well, ain't that always the case? Look at Tessie. She went pretty near crazy from all the drugs and the violence down here. Lost her mind, she did. But just a few years ago, the Colorado State Hospital opened up, and that's where Tessie ended up. It's not so bad. She's got a bed and hot meals at least.
It's better than we have some days. It gets awful depressing knowing your family won't help you or even admit you belong with them. We're lucky hospital opened up. Takes the ones off the street who just can't face life anymore out here. Hospital buries them too. Puts them in a special section called Those With No Names.
Only reason I'm here is because it was either leave town or spend all day working as a seamstress in my mother's shop. She never came home happy though, and God knows I couldn't bear to live a life like hers.
Well, did I tell you why I got into this business? I was married for 10 years, and my husband never paid any attention to me. Well, except to tell me I was doing something wrong. Finally, I'd had enough and I ran away. Found I could make enough to live on and have a little fun on the side. But it's not as hopeful and beautiful as I'd expected. And it certainly can be dangerous.
Some of us do okay though. Take a look at Big Nose Kate. She took up a dock holiday and became a proper lady.
And she hated it, didn't she? She was bored. Went right back to her old ways.
Yeah, well, I just hope the cops stay off us for a while. Can't make no money when you're in jail.
And you know Madam would be happy about that. She tells us to keep those men coming through as quickly as we can.
Yes, Madam says not to stay in one place for too long. Keep the customers coming. Maybe once I know enough, I can run a house of my own someday.
I used to have that dream too.
Maybe just up the street. Or by the depot?
Oh, bless your sweetheart. No, honey, no. Turning on to evening now, folks, and those boys from the Pueblo Mill will be rolling in right soon. We best be getting back to the saloon and freshen up.
Right. It was nice meeting you folks. Have yourselves a good evening. You hear?